Okay, so we're going to be solving systems of equations by graphing, and these are going to be linear equations. So remember, to have a system, you have to have more than one linear equation. So first, you have to graph the equations. So here's your first equation, y equals negative x minus 2. And the second one is x equals 2. So let's graph the first one. So we're going to come down to our screen and we're going to select the first one that we're going to graph, which is y equals negative x minus 2. So it's a negative x, so that's a negative 1x. So we're going to have a negative slope. But let's start with our y-intercept. So we come here, we find our y-axis, and we're looking for the negative 2. We're going to put our first point there, and remember that it only takes 2 points to make a line. So we just need one more point. So we're going to start at this negative 2 for the y-intercept, and we're going to use our slope. We're going to use our rise over run. Our rise over run is negative 1 over 1. So we're going to go down 1. So there, so once you click on your point, it lets you play around with it. We know it's going to be negative, so it's going to be something like that. But we know that we got to go from one point to the next. We're going to go down 1 and over 1. So that is our first linear equation, and that is graphed. So now we have to graph the second one. The second one, just like the first one, we need 2 points. Our second equation is x equals 2. So we're going to find our x-axis, and here's x equals 2. There's my first point. I used the clicker button to click it down and create my first point. And so now I just need one more point. Well, guess what? Our slope here is undefined. Remember, that's a straight down, straight down. Those are our daredevils that want to skydive straight down. So we just have to find another point. Every point on this purple line is x equals 2. So now that we have the system of equations graphed, all we have to do now is find their intersection. That will be their solution. So if you come here and you see that they intersect at this one spot, just right there, that is an ordered pair. So you just have to find out what that pair is. So remember, we use x2 for our ordered pair. I'm sorry, xy. So we have, here's my x. It's going to be 2 and negative 4. 2 and negative 4. So I'm going to come down here and type in where they intersected, 2, negative 4, because that is their solution. So a system of equations, if they intersect, they have a solution. And where they intersect is at one spot, and that is their solution, that one spot. So when we put our ordered pair in there, which is 2, negative 4, that is where they intersect. We hit submit, and you're done. I'll work one more with you. Again, we're solving this system of equations by graphing. So first graph the equations and then type the solution. So here is my first equation, y equals negative x minus 6. The second equation is y equals negative 5. So recall that it's a system because we have more than one equation. So let's start with the first one. Y equals negative x minus 6. Let's start with the y-intercept, which we know is going to be the negative 6. And remember, we need one more point, so 2 points to make a line. Our slope is negative 1, so it's going to be negative down 1 and over 1. And that makes a negative slope. This orange line is a negative slope. So now let's graph our second one, y equals negative 5. So let's come to our y-axis. Let's look for negative 5. There it is. And let's create our slope. I'm sorry, our line. There you go. Any point over, doesn't matter. All of this whole thing here is y equals negative 5. This has a 0 slope. So again, we're looking for the to solve this. The only way we can solve this is finding out, one, does this system of equations, when we graph them, do they intersect? And here they do. They intersect at this point right here, where I have my my little hand right here. That is where they intersect. So they do intersect. So they do have a solution. Their solution is that one intersecting point, and it looks like that is -1, -5. So now that we have that graph, we come down here, we're going to tell the computer what the solution is, and we said that was going to be -1, -5. And we hit submit. Okay guys, I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me either through Google Classroom or through Flipgrid. Thanks. Bye.